They say a woman's prime is 25. I disagree. I'm 35 and I assure you I look so much better now than I was when I was 25. Your 30s is when you glow up the hardest because by then you know who you are, you know what looks good on you, and you have the means to get it. You're not trying to squeeze into someone else's mold anymore. You've built your own. You understand your body, you've built your career. You can afford what actually flatters you. And most importantly, you stop living for other people's approval. 25 might be prime on paper, but 30s is when women really glow up.
I need to talk about the obsession with women aging is insane to me because why the fuck is 30 years old? Like, men are really on here saying that our prime is from 21 to 25. 4 fucking years, bro? Millennial women, I'm Gen Z, but I'm asking you guys, for the Gen Z girlies, would you go back and relive your 20s era? Because most of the women I ask say fuck no. So I would just like to know in the comments, tell me, would you go back in time to 20?
One of the biggest lies in dating right now is that women are in their prime from 18 to 24. Y'all gotta stop listening to these podcasts. Turn that shit off, cause that is cap. I see girls every day that's 18 to 24 and a lot of them look like shit. These podcasts be talking about how women expire after like 25, 26. What the hell are y'all talking about? Y'all gotta stop lying. You know damn well you seen some fine ass women that's in their late 20s. Fine ass women in their early 30s. You see some fine 40-year-old women. Stop capping.
My ex once told me that a girl's prime is around the age 21 or 22. I remember thinking, so what does that mean? That I will just start going down after? But now, I believe I'm not even in my prime yet. I delusionally believe I'll just keep getting prettier. Because right now, there are so many upgrades that I can't even afford yet. For reference, this is an Insta pic from the year 2019. When I was 21, supposedly my prime. And this is me now. So you let me know if my ex was right.
So we made a video on the prime age for men. Now, women's prime age. There's a lot of different takes on what the prime age is for women. Some people say that it's between 18 to 25, and some are saying it's in their 30s. So what is it really? You know, are we talking about looks? Are we talking about physical, mental, spiritual, financial? What is it? What is the prime age for women?
She will ever have.
So she feels
what
like
you mean
she's
that's cap?
in her prime. That's cap.
That's her prime.
That's cap.
That's not a woman's prime.
That's cap.
Between 20 and 25.
I agree. I think that's the prime. 20,
That's their prime. Why is that not their prime?
Right.
It depends on what you view as a prime.
So men are the ones that set a woman's prime, just like women are the ones that set a man's prime, because that's what we go after, unless you're the other way.
Are we sure about that, or is this personal interpretation? Because I don't feel like I'm nearly as good like at 20 something as I am today. That doesn't mean that I'm not in my prime. Women, men peak sexually. So if we're talking based on science, men peak sexually at 23. Women peak sexually at 40
Sexually in
to
terms
42.
of sexually in terms of what, like their sexual drive. There's correct and incorrect.
No, you guys respect each other's opinions, and you agree to just talking about
preferences.
But some things aren't based on opinion. What I'm saying right now is literally based on the market. You don't determine the market. The market determines you. That's what it is.
Your 20s and your 30s are your best years. That's where you look the youngest. That's where your beauty is exemplified. Remember, your beauty is your currency in the dating world, okay? Let's go to the man. A man's currency is his money. A lot of men in their 20s and their early 30s, their money not right, okay? So they don't have a lot of currency in the dating world. Most men reach their financial stride in their 40s, in their 50s, okay? Listen. What happens is women spend their best years, okay, going 50-50, getting pregnant, pushing all his kids out. You using your beauty, all your best years to build with him, right? Now, when he hit his prime years, watch what happens when he hit his prime. Money right, his credit right, he got his own car, crib, and career, okay? He gonna want somebody younger he can take care of. Reality is this: most men do get better with time. And a lot of women don't. Let me tell you why. You done had all his babies. You done beat yourself down to the ground, helping paying bills. You know, you done did a lot. In your prime years, you lived a very masculine life. You didn't live a soft, feminine, good life. You was building them up. You was raising the kids. You was carrying the load. eat these food chain restaurants because you gotta hurry up and get to work. I gotta run to McDonald's real quick. I can't get a decent meal plan and eat healthy and be committed to that. I gotta eat unclean because I gotta hurry up and get off my break so I can help pay these bills. So I'm forced to eat McDonald's and Burger King and Popeyes. Meanwhile, the other woman, she's prioritizing beauty and fitness, okay? She understands that's her currency in the dating world, okay? So when your man reach his prime years, guess who he want? Guess who he gonna go for? Guess who he gonna be wanting to take care of? The woman who prioritize beauty and fitness. You know, if y'all want me to turn this into a series, y'all like my earrings I just bought? I literally just went in there. I was like, man, I need some earrings that match my necklace because I'm on the video and it just got my ears are naked.
If you're a woman in your early 20s, you are in your prime. Age 20 to 25 is a woman's prime, although we extend that for many years after. But biologically, women is around 20 to 25, and then men don't reach their prime until 30s and 40s. How crazy. This prime is basically saying this is when women are most likely to attract a long-term mate. This is when our bodies get ourselves in the most optimal health to be fertile, healthy for childbearing. You'll notice your body changing. This is the biggest thing, is that you're going to notice your hips and your waist literally changing shape. It's going to look different than you were when you were 15, 19 because that was a girl body. Now you're in your woman's body. And now with society, with the pressure that we put on women for beauty standards, you need to embrace this new body. You're supposed to have more weight on you now. You're supposed to be more curvy than you were because you're not in a girl body. You're a woman now. God created us just like this. God created our bodies so intelligently to be able to change, to be able to grow into women. You'll notice that maybe your features match more now. My nose, I feel like my nose used to be so big for my face and now everything has proportioned out nicely. It's supposed to be like that. Okay, don't get stuck on an old identity that's not you now. Embrace what you are now. I know you look beautiful. I know you are beautiful. We are the hardest on ourselves. Okay? We're the hardest on ourselves. Other people see you differently than how you see yourself because you're always going to be your biggest critic. But I just think it's so amazing how smart our bodies are for changing. And just me, like, I'm noticing too changes, and it's so cool.
Guys, 25 is way too old for a girl that's way past their prime, okay? I've been seeing a lot of memes like this on my red pill fucking IG lately, and I'm telling you right now, I used to think that because I was dating these girls when they were younger, they got to 25, they're still younger than me, it's all good, but they're not good anymore. They're way past the prime, okay? I'm not even in the prime yet, okay? They're looking to settle down. They're not looking to be molded by you and your opinions. 25 is way too old. You gotta get them younger boys. Come on.
The ideal age of far as a female being attractive is like 19 to 22 in my opinion, but maybe that's because that's my age range, so that's what I'm attracted to. But like older men go for college girls for a reason because that's their prime.
But does it still mean that a 25-year-old girl is old?
Oh yeah, dude, big time.
We're in our prime now. Niggas get in their prime as they get older. The more money they get, the more they could be in their prime. Women are not like that. When you start looking dried up, you ran through, like, what can you do with yourself?
Be a boss bitch?
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying that's not your prime. Our prime is in our 20s when we're youthful.
That's true.
Why you think old niggas always trying to date young bitches?
Because we dumb.
Not even just that.
It
Art
is.
Candy. Niggas love trophy bitches. It's not even just that. It's different aspects.
But you could be a trophy bitch at 40, 35. I mean,
yeah, but come on. Niggas
But
love
then
young
I think
bitches.
niggas fuck with young women just because like they just more
they're gullible. They're impressionable. They like don't have the money.
Because now that I'm older and I view like me 21, 22, I see why a nigga would want to fuck with me. I was just
yeah. I mean,
even at our age now, it's niggas that's 50 that will still fuck with us because we're in our 20s.
Yeah.
Like,
what are you saying?
Niggas fuck with you for your looks too. When you're younger, you're more in your prime. I mean,
a woman's primary years, okay? No matter what feminism or leftists or progressives try to tell you, their primary years where they have the highest sexual market value and could demand the highest caliber of man is somewhere between the ages of 18 to 25. The woman takes care of herself, has a good skincare routine, goes to the gym, avoids drugs and alcohol. She could push the clock back a little bit further and maintain her youth. But what is the bottom line here? The bottom line is that a woman's beauty is intimately tied to not just her age, but her ability to preserve age looks, aka being young. There's a reason why it's called Forever 21 and not Forever 41. Now, when women are at their peak, between 18 to 25, a lot of women, especially westernized women, kind of prioritize certain things. I talk about this in my book, Why Women Deserve Less, but to spare you the whole monologue on that, most women put their career, education, traveling, having friends, and living a social life above a family and children. And this is a big difference from their counterparts of 100 years ago. It used to be, as soon as you finish high school, you need to focus on getting married and having children while you're still young.
So from a biological standpoint, the prime years for women to give birth is between the age of 18 to 25, because that's when they have a lot of egg cells. Because once they, according to studies, because I've heard that once they start to reach 30, that's when they start to have more complications, and it's just harder for them to give birth. So the prime year for them to give birth is between the age of 18 to 25. But in terms of prime looks, attractiveness, it really depends. It depends on the preference, because some prefer younger looking women, some prefer older, some prefer mature. So it really depends on the guy. But guys are pretty weird, and they'll take whatever they can, and it is what it is for guys. So, but majority of guys do prefer younger women though.
Do you think that's the prime look for women? Like, what do you think the prime age for a woman?
I mean, what did they?
23.
23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that like 18. I would never. I don't care what level of maturity you are. I've never 18. Never.
They still look like a child. In
Yeah,
exactly.
They
have very childish mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
Where the trick is with the makeup.
Yeah.
Because they can wear makeup and a dress, and you think that they're older.
You look at an 18-year-old now, and it's just like, bro, you look like a child.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But
literally.
23, 25.
23.
Oh, yeah. You're a woman.
That 5 years makes a difference.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's, and that's also backed by the data too, because men typically want women, I believe it's 23 years old.
They said 18 to 24, but I'm just like 18, bro.
Okay.
Nah.
Ages 19 to 23, I titled this as the prime years of beauty, and here's why. How do I know this? Because there was a girl that I went out on a date with. Now see, when I say things like this isn't just me giving my opinion, like, of what I think. I actually went out on a real live date to a real restaurant with a girl, and she was talking about her ex. I think that this girl is about 26 or 27, so somewhere right in this category. So she was getting easier to set a date with, and you'll see why in just a second. If these are like the prime years of beauty, how do I know this? Because there's a girl I went on a date with, and she was talking about her ex-boyfriend, and she said how much she hated him. And I said, why? And this girl said word for word, she told me, because I wasted my good years on him. My good years, that's what she said. She goes, I wasted all my good years on him when I was younger in college. And I go, whoa, I go, what do you mean? I go, what do you mean your good years? And she goes, well, I was just more pretty, or I was a lot prettier. Like, those were my prime years when I was most beautiful, when I was younger in college. So that's how she...
Right. Bitch, you have to get out. You got to get out this game.
Yeah.
You can't be in a club competing with a goddamn 23-year-old at 38.
Listen, there's a lot of women out here that are in their 40s that are still,
Still what?
Like, they're still youthful looking.
Even salt looks like sugar from a distance, baby.
Damn.
It ain't nothing sadder than an ex-bad bitch that don't know she ain't bad no more.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people just don't know their time is up. That's so hard to determine. Like, my time, like, how do you hang your own jersey up?
So the prime age for women really varies a lot according to people. But in general, just take care of yourself, regardless of what age you are. Work out, daily workout, eat right, and just work on our mentality, our mindset, physically, mentally, and spiritually, so that way we can all look good. We can all better ourselves, right? Regardless of what age we are. So I mean, that's all we can control. We only have control of what is now. You know, now is the only time we have control over. So that's what we have to prioritize. You know, just work on ourselves now.